Hey, you all. Welcome back to Mary Expressions, a channel where I take the time to share a little bit of myself with you all. And I invite y'all to come on in and do the same with me. Right before we get started, y'all already know how we like to do around here. Go ahead, hit thumbs up on this video, right? And subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And also, let me know how you're doing. If you have looked in the mirror today and you are feeling A1 with what you see looking back at you, then go ahead and drop me a mirror emoji down in the chat. If you are not feeling A1 with yourself, then do what you must to get back to a healthier you. So I ain't gonna lie, your girl was having a bit of a rough day today, and I just really needed to woosah and get back to myself because I wasn't feeling like Kay. I wasn't. And so sometimes you got to do that. Every day is not going to be A-okay, but it's all about how you deal with it, right? Right. Okay, y'all. So, Abbott Elementary. Like, what can you say? This is like the dopest show ever. I just absolutely love it. Okay. This is season 2, episode 19, Festival, right? So it opens up with Janine reading the agenda about the upcoming school board meeting, which includes turning Abbott into a legendary charter school for the 2023-2024 school year, right? So they're all gathered in the break room. Jacob starts freaking out, just talking about he doesn't have a wardrobe to be a teacher at a charter school. And yeah, Jacob needed him a mental health day this episode. But anyway, so Gregory starts asking, well, what about a teachers union, right? And so Melissa was just like, they will only help to find us a job at another public school. So Barbara says she's hoping. Well, she said she was hoping that she had gotten through to old boy Draymond that owns these legendary charter schools, right? But apparently she did not. So in her confessional, she said now they're worried about who will be asked to stay and who will be asked to leave. And that goes for teachers and students. That's so sad, y'all. They need to leave Abbott alone. Why they messing with Abbott? And so Janine is trying to find the silver lining, and she's telling the group, no matter what happens, that we will all still be Abbott. Like, nobody can take our name from us. We will always be Abbott Elementary, right? I said, cue Ava. Like, it was just like right on cue. She walked into the break room, and she was just like, she found out that Draymond will be changing the name to Legendary Schools Presents Abbott Charter. Barbara said, what in the Lee Daniels? Right? So everybody starts laughing except for Jacob. That just completely went over his head, poor Jacob. So he over there in his phone talking about who is Lee Daniels? Talking to Siri, right? And this is happening as the conversation continued. Like, nobody bothered to answer him, right? They just kept the conversation moving. And so, yeah, he over there in the corner talking about some Siri, who is Lee Daniels, and trying to whisper, y'all. So the phone answered him back, and she was all loud. Siri was just loud, overtaking everybody. So Jacob go toss his phone, try to act like he wasn't doing nothing. He done tossed the phone in the sink, y'all. And it's just like, Jacob, now everybody done heard it at this point. Oh, baby, they all know you was slick trying to Google him and see who he was. So, that was a little funny. So, Operation Save the School begins, right? And so Melissa is saying, she's going to staple letters to the children, or letters. She's going to staple them to the children like their coats about what's been happening, what's going on with the school. And Barbara says she's going to butter up that school board member, the one that goes to her church, right, to see what she can do. And Janine says she's going to talk to every parent she sees to tell them what's going on. And so she's like, she wants all the parents pretty much to take over the school board and be like, no, this is not going to happen. And so Barbara was just like, look, we can hardly get the parents in to come to open house. How you think you're going to get them to go take over the school board, right? And so Janine was like, nope. I'm very good at canvassing. People always open the door for me because they think I'm a little lost child. I said, not a little lost child. Janine, not you out here fooling people like you a kid, right? So Ava walks in, and Janine compliments her that she looks good. You're looking great, Ava. And so here go Ava. It would be breaking news if I didn't. I said, you better. You better. So they asked her where she's headed, right? So it was Melissa, Barbara, and Janine. And so, they asked her, well, where is she headed? Because, baby, she was dressed to the nines and looking very professional, may I add. She had on a little blazer and everything. I said, okay, Ava. So she said, I would tell you, but then my plan would be compromised and this walk-off wouldn't be as enticing. And she proceeds to sashay away. I said, baby, you got to love Ava. You got to love her. You got to. Oh my gosh. So Janine is walking down the hall, right? Oh, I'm getting stuffy, y'all. So Janine is walking down the hall, and when she spots, y'all know that parent that has the child in Barbara's class with the bitch tattooed across her chest. Yeah, that one. With the clothing line called Forever Bitch. Yeah, that one. So Janine stops her, right? And before she could get out anything about the petition, because she had the stuff in her hand, right? The old girl's telling Janine that she should check out her clothes because they just released a new line for extra petite bitches. I said, oh my God. Oh my goodness, not the extra petite. Little teacup bitches. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Y'all just looked at my shirt too. It says "But God" for y'all that don't know. Now I'm feeling some type of way about saying the word bitch. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Forgive me, Lord. Oh, okay, let me get myself together. Oh goodness. So anyway, so Janine didn't even get to ask her before she started talking about her clothing line or whatever. So Janine is just like, hey, this is what's going on with the schools. And before she even finished, Crystal, that's her name, she was just like, you know what, now, let me go and sign it. So she took it, she signed it. She was just like, if there's anything else I can do, like, here go my email. Y'all, she started spelling out her email address, SLU. Y'all know where that was going. Janice said, that's okay. I just get it from the front office. Oh goodness, girl. Y'all, I'm tripping my whole self out. Look, I'm getting stuffy. I'm tripping. My eyes running down my nose finna run. Anyway, we're gonna keep rolling. We're gonna keep rolling. Oh, child. So yeah. So Barbara ends up coming to the break room, right? So she said, I have some good news. I have some bad news. The good news is every day is a blessing. The bad news is she said Draymond done already buttered up the school board member that goes to church with her, right? And so, baby, when she said that pissed Jacob off. Do you hear me? Jacob, I ain't never seen Jacob like this. That man slammed the refrigerator door so hard. And he was like, son of a bitch. I said, wow, Jacob. Is that you clowning like that? Maybe Jacob said he is not here for it. Do you hear me? So, everybody turned around and looked at him like, what? You know what I'm saying? So he starts apologizing or whatever. But he was like telling them that he has night terrors and he thinks they've turned into day terrors and I don't know if I'm asleep right now or if this is just some kind of a waking nightmare. I was like, oh my goodness, Jacob. Poor Jacob. So Janine comes in all excited about her one signature she got from Crystal, right? And she was like, and I didn't even have to fake cry or real cry, you know what I'm saying? She was just like, she was ready to sign. So she's like, hey, these parents are ready. I need everybody's help to get this going. And so, Gregory was the first one to pop up. I'll do it with you after school, Janine. Papa said, oh, okay. I bet you will do it with her after school. So he gonna try to change some of that song. I'll get engaged with you. I was like, just give it a break, Gregory, give it a break. So anyway, Melissa and Barbara both agree to join in and help as well. Help the initiative, but Jacob declines because he says that he's not loved by all the parents except the one that calls him little Stuart. Poor Jacob. So after school, they're going to the parents as they pick up the kids, just asking them to sign the petition or whatever. And so they're not really having any luck, right? One man had told Janine he more about saving the whales than he is saving about Abbott. A parent had told Barbara that she already thought Abbott was a charter school. How do you not know if your child's school is a charter school or not? That's what I'm missing. Like, how do you not know? Then another one got pissed at Melissa stapling stuff to her child's brand new coat. Baby, I would be mad too. Like, why are you stapling ish to my children's clothing? Like, how dare you? Then Gregory ends up going to Erica's car. Erica, which is Janine's friend, right? And so, she signed a petition, no problems. But then she ends up bringing up what's been going on between him and between him and Janine, right? And so she's just like, I hear y'all are just friends now. Are you okay with it? And Gregory's just like, yeah. And she was like, what about that little whoopsie y'all had? Gregory's like, does she tell you everything? And she go, well, that's what friends do. So, you know how he get his little look. He just stares at the camera like, it was one of them. It was one of them. So they all gather back together. Melissa, Barbara, Gregory, Janine. And they're just talking about how they really had no luck getting the signatures that they needed, right? And so they asked Janine, well, how were you able to get your first signature? So as soon as Janine says who it was, Barbara was just like, that pretty much says it because she's one of our most active parents. So it makes sense, that she didn't have a problem signing it, right? And so everyone was pretty much giving up on trying to get the signatures that were needed because they just had such a terrible time. So they were just pretty much like, this is it. Or as Barbara says, she called it this was a fool's errand. And here go Melissa. Makes sense because we were sent out by a fool. I said, don't come for Janine like that, Melissa. Don't do her. Don't do her like that. So anyway, Ava ends up, so they left, right? And they left Janine kind of standing out there by herself. And Ava ends up walking up and Janine asks her, well, okay, so where did you go? Ava said, so I went to a job interview because, I'll be the first one to get fired. So she asked her, well, what job interview did she go to? Y'all, what this man said, Chief Marketing Officer for Legendary Schools. I about that. How you going to the enemy? Ava is a mess. Ava, I say this every review. That doggone Ava. So anyway, they end up holding a teachers meeting so they can discuss like ways to come up with saving the school, right? So Jacob in there snapping off on the people. I'm like, what? Baby, Jacob is going through it. Do you hear me? This is not his week, y'all. He in there snapping off on the people. And so Ava's asking for suggestions. And Gregory brings up how, they tried to get the signatures from the parents after school. It did work. They need 500 signatures. And they're not having any luck. So Ava was just like, that's all. 500, we can make that happen. I know plenty of people. Yeah, she started naming folks just off the wall stuff like Bart Simpson, Mark Simpson, Peter Pan. Like, Ava. Gregory's like, look here, now we need some real people. We gotta have real people, Ava. So Janine was just like, why don't we just focus on new ideas? Because obviously what we have been doing is just not working, right? And so Ava said, shoot, no idea is too stupid to pitch, right? So one of the teachers suggests locking the doors so that the people can't get in like Lean on Me. Baby. Ava said, in a recent turn of events, I was wrong. How about you only pitch good ideas? Not the whole put the chain on the door. Like the Lean on Me. Oh, yeah, but that's one of my favorite movies, too. You're killing your brain, says you can. Okay. Anyway. So, Janine is said like what did she say? Let's put out a petition to take over Addington, right? So Melissa's like, yeah, a hostile takeover. Y'all know Melissa be ready for that kind of business. So she talking about, yeah, a hostile takeover. Let's do a hostile takeover. And so Jacob wants to hear he call his corniness. But I said this was the little bit of Jacob, a normal Jacob we saw this whole episode. So he was just like, I did a lot of hostile takeovers in Peru. Get it? Ha ha ha. I stayed there. Sometimes his jokes be so corny, you can't help but laugh. I was just like, Jacob, please, no, 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 no. just, just shake my head, you know. But I was glad to see that glimpse of him, because, baby, when I tell you we did not see our Jacob this episode, baby. So, anyway, Jacob says, I was just trying to lighten the mood, because everybody was kind of pretty much like, you know, when he said that. And so, Mr. Morton, the egg drop teacher, he says, you know, maybe this is just not the time to be trying to lighten the mood, right? Y'all, why Jacob jumped up out his seat like he was ready to fight? I said, not Jacob getting crunk like that. That man jumped up so fast and started running. I said, oh, Jacob, is that how we do now? Oh, baby, I have a feeling Jacob would have got his ass stomped. But he was ready, baby. Jacob jumped up so quick. So, old girl, the same one talking about putting some locks on the doors like Lean On Me said, well, we can bribe the superintendent. Baby, where is she getting these ideas from? Melissa said, with what money? So Mr. Johnson gonna pop up talking about he got 3/4 of a treasure map. If they can find the other fourth, then they might strike gold. Everybody's like, come on now, please, please. So Barbara comes up. She out some pop up talking about she got a plan. And so she says, we have to trick the community into signing the petition. So in her confession, she said, it's not my preference to dance with the devil, but this is a special case. This is a special cause. I said, Barbara. I knew you had it in you when I saw how you cut up on that teacher conference. Baby, and Barbara let loose. Loose as a goose. So anyway, Janine was just like, you know, that's wrong. You know, the people need to know they need to know, and they need to know why, you know, they're signing the petition. They need to know what's going on. So Melissa's like, nope, let's trick them. Janine said, what would we do? Like, how would we even do that? Like, throw a festival during open house and have them sign it to come in, right? And so Ava said, oh, I have an even better idea. We can throw a big fun festival and have them sign it to get in. Janine said, you just repeated what I said. Ava said, and she was just like, and all you did was just add the word fun. So Jacob said, but the parents never come to open house, right? So Ava said, but we would make them want to come with all the games and the fun and the entertainment. And Janine is still stuck on this, but you stole my idea. Like, why don't you ever give me credit for having a good idea? Ava said, Ava Fest is about the kids. So Melissa's like, Ava Fest? We gonna call this Ava Fest after you? She said, it's not about me. It's about the kids. AVA. A very avid festival. I said, oh my goodness. AVA, a Berry Abbott Festival. Ava, I'm not gonna play with you, lady. So they're getting ready for the festival, right? Right. Ava, she's doing a little cameo, walking around the school, talking about what they're doing in preparation. She said, they got to do a lot of stuff in house, work with their strengths because they ain't got a lot of money to work with. So Janine is working with the step team so they can do a performance. Mr. Johnson has found an old dunk tank in the basement, and Jacob is gonna be the one sitting in the tank getting dunked. Barbara is working on a speech, talking about how she might do a song at the end. I said, okay, Sarah, because I heard you sing that national anthem at the Super Bowl, that black national anthem. Let me say that. Let me correct that. Let it be known. And so you gonna do it for the one time for Abby, Sarah. So anyway, oh, anyway, Ava said this will be the best show since Drew Hill in '03. Cisco was 2 hours late, but he showed up and did about 30 backflips. I said, I wonder if that's true. I bet you it is. I bet you there was a show in 2003 with Drew Hill and it was sold out. And they showed up 2 hours late. Only people in that area would really know. Or people that went to the show. But anyway. So yeah, everybody's doing something. Mr. Johnson, he's trying to get the place all cleaned up. Gregory is trying to get the food together. He got two people in there arguing about if they want wet lemonade or not still. What he say? Solid, not lemonade. Lord, I must be thirsty. Wet mac and cheese or solid mac and cheese. I said, ugh, to either. Like who wants some soupy mac and cheese? That's what he did. Yeah, that's how he described it, as soupy or solid. And who wants some stiff ass solid mac and cheese? Like, can we not find a happy medium between the two? Anyway, Abe was just like, we gonna do it up. We gonna have both. I said, Anyway, one of the students come and ask Janine, like, at her desk. She comes to her desk, like, and asked her if she was getting fired. And Janine was just like, no. So the student little girl said, well, I heard the school is changing and I think I'm getting fired too. Janine said, no one is going anywhere right now. Here go the student. So we're going to get fired later. I said, oh. See, now it's trickling down to the students and they're worried about if they're going to have a school to go to. Oh, that broke my little heart. So over with Gregory, he come knocking on Janine's door. So he comes in and he's telling her that he's worried about what they're doing and that it's not going to be enough, right? He thinks they need something like a headliner to grab the people and really draw them in. And so Janine said, well, I could call Tariq and see if he'll come. And Gregory's like, why? Baby, Gregory did not want her calling her ex. Like, why? Why you call? What you calling him for? She said, because he can draw in a crowd. Gregory was like, no, I don't think so. He's a bit of a wild card, but we are on the right track. I said, oh, child. Nah, he just didn't want you to call the ex. So everybody's decorating. They're in the gym decorating, and Jacob is up putting decorations up by the scoreboard. You all know what the scoreboard is. And so Mr. Johnson comes over. He's just like, that scoreboard, it's tricky. You got to be really careful, And here go Ava gonna pop up talking about something. That scoreboard has been here since you had hair on your head and the look of hope on your face. I said, well, I be damn. so, so Janine and Gregory go to Ava about, having a big name to be able to draw the people in. So here goes Jacob. What about Nikki Giovanni? So everybody kind of get excited, like, yeah, you know her? He was just like, no. So Ava said, I already got this. And so she was like, walk with me. And so she ends up taking him to like this advertisement, like this big board type of thing. And Jasmine Sullivan is on it. And so they're like, you got Jasmine Sullivan? This is great. And Gregory has that look like he ain't believing it. He real skeptical. He like suspect, like, Ava is up to something. But everybody else, like Janine, is just like, yes. You know what I'm saying? So meanwhile, y'all, Jacob up there on that ladder talking about, Siri, who is Jasmine Sullivan? It's sorry, Jasmine Sullivan is coming to our music fest in May, and I cannot wait to see her. But anyway, yeah. So Janine gets to her confessional and said, everything is looking up, but she's still not with the uninformed signature, so she has a plan in place. I said, oh my goodness, what is Janine about to do now? Y'all know how Janine is. So it's festival day. And there is a line to get into the door, right? So, y'all, why is Mr. Johnson at the door scanning the people like he's warning them? But this man got some curly irons, y'all. Wanding the people with some curly irons. And then got the nerves to be making the noise on. I said, oh my goodness. One of the parents called him out about it too. So Janine comes through like she just the old blowjob from the community and not a teacher. So she's just like, oh, I heard they are going to be doing this and this to Abbott. And one of the parents ends up calling her out, was just like, don't you work here? And she was just like, yeah, I'll get guilty, but signing this petition means we can keep Abbott. So the parents said, look, I'm just trying to dunk a white dude. Talk about Jacob. So, y'all, when you get into the festival, so the first person at the dunk tank was guest Mr. Morton, old egg drop teacher, baby. He was not like Jacob. Baby, he took that ball. Okay, so the dunk tanks. Sometimes the little red dot is up under the dunk tank, or sometimes it sits off to the side. Well, this one set off to the side. Baby, when he threw that ball, he was not even trying to aim nowhere near that red circle. He threw that right at Jacob. Good thing Jacob had that cage around him. Because, baby. So, Gregory is walking around getting signatures, right? And Amber comes in and was just like, hey, right? And so they end up kind of catching up, a little small talk. And Gregory mentions he sees that she got that Telfar bag that she has been wanting. And Amber was just like, yeah, my new boyfriend got that for me. And he was like, boyfriend? We just broke up 2 weeks ago. She said, yeah, so I met him a week after. She said, look, you gonna gonna have to find someone more your speed, baby. And so Janine is she's walking around, right? And so she overhears people telling other people, like calling them on the phone, telling them not to come to the festival because it ain't nothing happening. It ain't lit. They don't have no headliner. Like Jasmine Sullivan is not there. And so Gregory and Janine go find Ava and they're like, hey, like when is Jasmine getting here? Because the people are getting pissed. Ava said, as if she would ever come here. Yeah, you could have bought them for a nickel. Janine was like, but you said she was coming. Ava said, Barbara told us to trick them. Janine said, so she's not coming? Ava said, look, you need to pay better attention. Oh, Janine, baby. I'm like, why would she do that though? So Janine was like, why did you lie? Ava said, I thought that was the whole point. Barbara said, the point is you lied to them and not to us, right? And so the people getting mad about Jasmine not coming. Like, you can hear them. Like, they are voicing it. And so, and so, all of a sudden, guess who shows up, right? Tariq. Yes. And so, Gregory ends up telling him, like, get on this stage, like, right now. Like yesterday. We need you on this stage. Right? And so, Janine was like, you called Tariq? And Gregory said, anything for Abbott. So apparently, Tariq done been fired from Legendary Schools, right? Because he said his jingle infringed upon an existing melody. And I said, oh, okay. So he gets up on the stage, whatever, and he starts rapping his song like it was hella lit. Well, to everybody, pretty much everybody, because they were all like dancing and bobbing, right? And his lyrics though were, I wouldn't say they were appropriate for a school event. He was talking about big booties, catching a case, getting slapped, the clap, if you know what I mean. But honey, when I tell you everybody in there was dancing, y'all know Barbara was shooketh when she heard them lyrics, honey. Talking about, I have never ever heard such explicit content. Meanwhile, Ava over there dropping it like it's hot, talking about, I'm glad I thought of this. Hey, why you gotta take credit for everything? So, pretty much everybody's just up and dancing, and Gregory going through getting them signatures while everybody just having fun. And so, y'all, Draymond ends up showing up, and he shows up recording them. I was like, really? Really? So he goes straight on stage, right, and starts talking to the people, telling them that they've been lied to, that the petition is nothing but a promise to hold the children back, that the teachers are just afraid to change and want to keep Abbott toe up from the flow up, but then he wants to turn it into a beautiful, legendary school. So one parent said, the school looks okay to me. He said, but we could do it better. Abbott is failing. Another parent said, he likes what Abbott is doing with the children. Draymond said, they do the best they can with what they have. Mrs. Howard was my teacher and she gave me so much, but I struggled until I got to a charter school. You can ask any parent from Addison. Baby, what he say that for? Because when he said that, old girl from the other week piped up and she said, my child got kicked out of Addison. Draymond said, we don't kick anyone out. We encourage a small few to explore other educational opportunities. I said, oh, he a real smooth talker. She said, yeah, by kicking them out. So James said, you know what? I just want to focus on the future. Like, this place can get a brand new facelift with the best and the brightest teachers. Crystal said, what you gonna do with the teachers that are already here? What you gonna do? You gonna fire Mrs. Howard? He was like, no, I wouldn't fire Mrs. Howard. Another one piped up and said, well, who then? Who you gonna fire? So Draymond was like, you know, if your child becomes a student, then... And so another parent interrupted before he could even finish that sentence, talking about if. So my child might not even go back. My child may not even get to go there. My child may not get a chance to stay. If. So Tariq, who still has the mic, by the way, said, you know, I play the lottery every day, and I never win. This guy's playing Powerball with our kids. He said the reality is Legendary has resources. Now, this is Dream. Legendary has resources that Abbott doesn't. So Crystal said, well, why don't you use those resources to help Abbott? Help make this school be better since you care so much. And Janine was like, see, I told y'all our community would step up. So one of the kids even stood up and clapped here. Y'all was talking about that man in his suit. I said, oh. And everybody was behind him too. Little boy just like, get him out of here with that nut ass suit. So, y'all, when he said that Mr. Johnson come sweeping him off the stage, and everybody in the gym was doing this. Like, get him off. If that didn't remind me of the Sandman and being at the Apollo Theater. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, at the legendary Apollo Theater. You see what I did right there? Okay, I'm a little corny too. So anyway, don't judge me. So anyway, Tariq starts his music back up, y'all. He got everybody back to bopping again and just having a good old time. We see Jacob and Mr. Morton end up making up. Like, Jacob extends him his hand, right? And Mr. Egg Drop dude just was like, what's up? And then he hugs him. I was like, okay. I'm not sure why they don't like he don't like Jacob, but okay. They making up. The step team performed, they did well. Draymond was even still hanging around. We see him, and he ends up going to talk to Barbara, right? And so he says, you know, he guessed he was bested by the best. And she said, I hope we can put all this behind us. And Draymond said, you know, actually, this takes a lot off of my plate. He said, I really brought the community out, didn't I? I said, not this conceited fool. Think they came after him. But anyway, only thing Barbara could say was, bless your soul. I said, that's right, Barbara. So in her confessional, Barbara was just like, you know, every student is special and you have to give them your best. And you hope that they carry it with them. But at the end of the day, they have to decide who they want to be. And this one decided to be a jackass. And that's how she said it with her nice little smile. And this one decided to be a jackass. anyway, it's the end of the festival, right? It was a success. They got what they needed, the signatures. So they're cleaning up. When Gregory said, Tariq really bailed us out. Janine was just like, yeah, and you were the one who called him. You saved Abbott. Gregory said, we all did. So for Jacob, he said the best part for him was him and Mr. Morton making up. Talking about we're practically BFFs now. Jacob is back to himself, y'all. So Ava said, no, he still hates you. Jacob said, what did he say? Ava said, I still hate Jacob. Pass the chips. So as they're all walking out the gym, right, they hear this thud, and so they go back to see what it was that they heard. And sure enough, that doggone scoreboard that Mr. Johnson was warning Jacob about was on the floor. At this point, they were all pretty much over it. And so they were just like, we'll deal with it Monday. So they started walking out. Y'all know who turned her little happy behind back around to try to see if she could fix it. I said, even Melissa knew she would do that. Melissa started yelling at her to get her butt out there and leave it alone. So we end seeing Tariq chilling out in the dunk tank, y'all. This is after everybody has long gone. He is just chilling like he in the hot tub or something. Got his little red Solo cup. Ain't no telling what he got to drink in there. Baby just hanging out, talking about all these jobs he done lost and what he doing now. Talking about he making songs about this, songs about that. He'd have one about how mountaintops look like boobies. He got Amazon pro-choice, a pro-Amazon song, or Amazon against, I don't know, baby. He was just going on and on. Talking about he even got one for, I was finna say an endangered species, but it's a species that doesn't even exist. About Velociraptor. That's what it was. So that they can bring them back. I was like, baby. Then this fool gonna look at the cameras and ask one of the producers, will they take him? Will any of them take him to New York and then bring him back once he done got all his stuff? I said, oh my goodness, bring him back to Philly. So you moving back? You moving back to read things that work out? Where you finna go? Don't tell me you finna try to move back in with Janine. Please don't say it so. Like, don't do her like that. Let her be. But anyway, y'all, another fantabulous episode as always. I can never really say what's my favorite episodes because they all are so doggone good. Do y'all feel like that too? Like, do y'all have problems trying to figure out which are your favorites? Like, they all are my favorites. But anyway, y'all, that was it. Another great episode. Let me know what you liked about the episode. And let's get in the comments and kiki about it because, of course, it was funny. All right, y'all. I'll pray for y'all. Y'all, please pray for me. And what? Bye, y'all.